What we've been noticing is that these notice letters where the insurance company says, hey, you have X, Y, and Z on your roof.
Yeah.
You need to get this fixed in 30 days or less.
Yes.
It's coming at a time where, like you said, everybody's kind of experiencing, whether it's inflation,
Sure.
the price increases from, the supply chain disruptions. Everybody's kind of experiencing that their wallet doesn't have as much cash in it as it once did.
Sure.
So it can be, we'll get people calling in and they're not frantic, but they're almost like, I don't know what to do. Can you guys come out right away?
Yeah.
So it's coming in at a tough time for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what, if somebody, like if I were to get a letter at my house, hey, there's something wrong with your roof, and the insurance company, I guess, used a drone or a satellite image, what should the homeowner's next step be?
Oh, as soon as they get that letter, number one, get in contact with their agent, call them immediately, because they're the ones who are going to help you get to where you need to be and be renewed. Okay, and then the next step is going to be, if it's a roofer, make sure you call Mattsson Roofing. All right. And the reason why is because you need to get these done quickly, because what happens is normally when they send those letters out, sometimes it's a month before, maybe 2 months if you're lucky. But you're talking about 30 days in an industry where everybody is getting these letters. So it's not like, I'm sure that, you and other roofers right now must be going insane right now, because there's just so many of these letters going out. And it's not just New Jersey, it's all over the country.
Out of self-interest, it's good for business in the sense that we're getting people that might not otherwise have called in.
Right.
And saying, hey, I'm being told I need to fix this. But you do feel for a homeowner that maybe if they're in a tight spot financially, they might not have the money to shell out for a whole new roof.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what do you typically see? Like if I were to go out, somebody gets a letter, they call us. If I were to go out, what is the insurance company looking for the roofer to do? Like at the inspection, like what are they looking for from us and from the homeowner?
Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is when you get that roofer out there, we need to get like an inspection letter. So basically saying, we're looking at this roof and we're seeing X, Y, and Z. And we're gonna start doing X, Y, and Z in X period of time, okay? And they want to see at least a down payment on that. Or it's, say for instance, you do come out there, you look at the roof and everything is okay, as long as it's paid, it's by a licensed roofer. And I'm going to remind you, licensing with contractors is so important right now, because if you're talking to Joe down the street who used to be a roofer 25 years ago, and you're looking to see if he can make those repairs for you, they're not going to accept them. That's just bottom line, because what they're worried about is the quality of the work that's being done. So if they can't count on it, or if they can't litigate against it, if something does go wrong, at least they know with a contractor who has insurance because he has his license, they're willing to accept that.
Okay.
Very hugely important. Yeah.
So is there any potential blowback for, like let's say I go out to a house and maybe I think the roof looks good.
Yeah.
What often happens is obviously there's pressure from the homeowner.
Sure.
If they don't have the money, they want me to write a letter or report saying, hey, the roof is good, there's no issues. We don't do that if that's not how we honestly feel.
Right.
But what happens, like what's the potential blowback for the roofer if they check the box on a roof and say it's good when, 2 months later it leaks?
Okay. So potentially what could happen is, and again, this is always with insurance, it's never about is it going to happen, it's a what if. And I always tell people insurance is like rolling dice. You could be on a hot streak for a long time, and that snake eyes is going to come up and it's going to be a bad one. And that's the reason why you have insurance. So what happens is if a contractor does a bad job, like let's just say for instance, he didn't really do his job right and there's massive leaking and there's water damage, there's mold, because if it doesn't get remediated properly, then what happens is then the insurance company is going to pay the claim, but they're going to try and subrogate against the contractor for the work that they've done.